Welcome to Thorpe Park Resort on our first visit of 2023. What we're going to do in this video is show you around the park and spot some of the updates which has happened inside the park over the closed season. If you followed us for Project Exodus, obviously you will have seen some Project Exodus ones, and there will be some bits of that in here. Quite honestly, there's not enough going on the site to kind of have its own video, if you will. So Donut Time have moved in for this year. You'll see a few of those as we go around, but one of the very first things we come to is Double Tea Party. So formerly just Teacup, sponsored by Tetley, we are now sponsored by Dobble, which is a crossword game. I believe. I've never played it. I don't know whether this is an incentive that I should go and play it, but it probably won't happen, to be honest with you. Now, both Burger Kings have received a little bit of a refresh on the outside, new signage, and a little bit inside as well. We're not going to show you inside there, but they are certainly more prominent as you walk towards them with the new signage. That's the same down in Old Town as well. The Cafeteria here has moved in, much like it has at Chesington World of Adventures. Some of the big news also come out of 2023 was the closure of Darren Brown's Ghost Train. As you can see, they are working on it today. You can hear them, see them, and you can see inside of there as well that the inside of the building has completely changed. So we've kind of gone more retro station, to be honest with you. It's just going to be called Ghost Train. It opens spring. It's definitely not ready to open for Easter, so we'd be expecting a May half-term opening on this one. But yeah, a little sneak peek inside there. Definitely different inside that building. Still a little bit of Darren Brown left at the moment. However, this is the advert for the new Ghost Train. It still looks very Darren Browny, to be honest with you. However, with that comes the Last Call Cafe. So this sort of the Darren Brown shop that was here has been completely redone out. And that looks absolutely fantastic in there. But it does mean that the Ghost Train as such won't have a shop anymore. So it's definitely not going to be branded. I wouldn't be expecting much merchandise to come out of this. Anything that does will probably be in the main shop. But opening spring, coming very, very soon. Opposite the Last Call Cafe is the now Camden Junction Bar, where they will be selling drinks. It kind of probably fits better here than what it did down by Vortex, in honest with you. The fact that this is where they have a lot of the show areas, although there's no stage here at the moment. Not open quite yet. I don't know if it has been open yet, but certainly not open today. Around by Wilderness, this shop seems to change quite a lot, this little kiosk. However, this year it will be a Cadburys hot chocolate lodge. I'm not going to lie, on a day like today when it's quite windy and cold and wet, I'd love this to have been open. Now, new signage is up for Burger King, but you just can't help but think they really should have refurbished the front of the building first before just sticking a new sign on it. We've got self-service in there now, self-ordering. Yeah, I did think they'd put the burger kitchen in here. A bit surprised they haven't, to be honest, with the food outlet changes, but Burger King's staying at least for another season. Of course, this is where the landscape is changing. Now, there's little hints, obviously, if you don't know, and a lot of people won't know, to be fair. But it's great, you know, the advertising they've done for this has really been superb. And of course, there it is. So as you can see, we've been following this during the closed season. Loggers Leap has gone in terms of the lift hill and everything around here. You can still see a bit of track down the bottom there as Project Exodus starts to take shape. Now, the other fencing is still up actually down there, but would think that will have to be removed soon, because this area here is going to be set aside for the station for the new 236-foot roller coaster, which is coming for next year. But it is pushing on. But pretty much what you see here is pretty much all you're getting. A little bit of the old theming still kicking around. I wonder whether they'll reuse it. Obviously the train gates here have gone, however the track, we would think, will come out as the area develops. No rush yet though. If you're not savvy to what's going on, to be fair, people may not even know they're building a new roller coaster here, to be honest with you. I think that's one thing to look at. I'll give you a quite view over here as well. It will become apparent very, very soon exactly what they're doing here, but certainly at the moment, people just see diggers. Colossus is still missing bits of track, even though bits of new track have been installed and then uninstalled and then old track reinstalled and then uninstalled. Makes sense? Well, we've heard a lot of things about it, but Colossus is definitely not ready for 2023 yet. Now the park have posted the new track, which I believe has now actually been painted because it was grey. So I think it kind of went in as a tester to see whether or not it fitted okay, which I believe it did. It was then taken out for painting and the old track was put back in so they could test the cars. Now I won't lie, I'm really, really shocked that they're bothering. Now I sound really, really harsh. I know Colossus was their big new, you know, it really did set Thorpe Park on this thrill journey back in 2002. However, the coaster, I mean, you know, we've just been on Nemesis Inferno that opened only a year later, and the coaster just hasn't aged well, either in look, particularly in ride, in cars. The trains are just awful, I'm afraid, and the trains aren't getting replaced, and they're not planned to get replaced either. There's no plans to replace those at all. It's just going to be a progression track replacement over the next couple of years. Now I know these things cost a lot of money, I do get that. I have had 20 years out of it. I don't know. I didn't think they would bother to do this. I genuinely thought that Colossus might be biting the dust, but it's not. They've announced they're going to keep it going. It's desperate. I can understand why they haven't painted it or cleaned it yet, because they're going to replace in track. However, if it's going to take a few seasons to replace what they need to replace, it does look awful. It really does look awful. A real sort of drift from itself back in the day. Now the newer models like Sick, for instance, are you know, slightly reprofiled. They're very different to this. I will say they do ride incredibly well. The new trains are, you know, much more spacious. I don't know what the answer is for Colossus, but let us know in the comments below. What do you think? Do you think it's worth this retracking, or do you genuinely think they should have just called it a day? I'm afraid on this one, I sit on the should have called it a day. The boat has been moved. So this is going to be like a little loungy area down here, which is still being redeveloped at the moment. Repaved, a bit of garden. That'd be quite nice during the summer actually to be able to sit by there, and you can see the boat has been moved over the back area. And here's another view of the area. Now this will make it quite interesting actually for Halloween as well, where they've had the meadow walk through the last couple of seasons, which has obviously been blocked off by the Saw Alive queue line. However, this could be something really special down here this year. The Lost City rides have had some new signs. Look at those, look. They look really nice. What was crust, sort of pasty store, that has gone. Taco Terrier will be down here as well as up by pizza and pasta. I love these cue boards. They are really, really nice with the new signage. You've got to be thinking they're not planning on removing any of these rides anytime soon. You're only going to be 1.1 metre to ride this as well. And of course Vortex the same, another live cue board. I absolutely love that. Oh, I think that looks incredible. Now this is going to be, I can't remember what this is going to be. This is going to be a new shop outlet. It was a bar, which I never saw open, not once last year, in fairness. It was Vibe Bar and Kitchen, but it is going to be something new this year. It's not ready yet though. It's not going to be ready for Easter. All been nicely refurbished here in the Swarmer station. All the damaged bits have been resorted. Look at that. We finish over the other side of the park by Swarm, which we've just ridden actually, but we'll show that the container has gone here and we're now a picnic area. So yeah, Swarm, we've quickly put a shot in there from when we rode it. That's been completely redone out in the station, looking really, really nice, all painted up, all the wood's been refreshed, all the chewing gum's gone, all the graffiti's gone off the side of the building, of the police van which goes over the top, looking really, really good inside of there. A lot of updates for Thorpe Park this year, and a lot of work going on still, and a lot of work happening over the next year. It's definitely going to be the place to be for updates. Colossus doesn't look any different to what it did, to be fair, when we saw it over closed season, apart from the fact the work on the lift hill has been done. There's no sign of the new track on yet. We believe the trains are ready for when the track does arrive, but it is going to need some extensive testing. Tidal wave I don't think will be very far away, and the Ghost Train will open in spring. I would guess for May. It's definitely not opening for Easter time. They're still doing work inside of it. I'm really, really intrigued to see that. The big news, of course, is Project Exodus, which is ongoing for next year. But around the park, you know, food options have really, really been bolstered. We've got some new food outlets, some new drink outlets, a lovely new cafe down by the Ghost Train. Did you see something we didn't know? Let us know in the comments below. But thank you for joining us here from Thorpe Park Update over the closed season. Make sure you check out the vlog over the next couple of days where we get on some rides. We'll see you next time.